All right, 1936 Plymouth rat rod build. The exterior is going to stay as you see it right now. Name is Roger. I've been working on this thing. Should be part number 8 right now, or either 7. I'll let you know. And all my parts arrived. I was going to originally put an S10 frame underneath this thing, and because this thing is pinched in the front, the S10 frame is not going to work unless I want to drive around looking like a 4-wheel drive. Also, der 36er Plymouth hier und alle meine Teile sind jetzt angekommen. Meine Heights Mustang 2 Front Ends hier, die sind von Amerika und die werde ich jetzt verbauen hier. These are my Speedway trailing links, call a 4-link suspension, pan hard bars, springs, drop spindles also from Heights, and here is the rear axle that I pulled out of the junkyard from a 1998 or 1999 Ford Explorer. And if you look in the door jamb, it'll say D4, and or the tag on the back will tell you what the gearing is and whether it's a locker. Anyway, this is what's called track lock or true lock, and I went ahead and put some bling bling stuff on it, changed the fluid out on it, cleaned it up, shaved the old spring purchase off, and then this is what I'm going with right here. They'll actually mount to those pieces over there. So these are trimmed right now, and since I'm getting ready to weld these perches on here, I had to do all my finite measuring right now because I need to know exactly where everything goes. So, as you can see, I got my Build-A-Better Mousetrap, also eine Mausefalle habe ich hier gebaut, aber das funktioniert eigentlich ganz gut und ich muss mir überhaupt keine Sorgen machen, dass das Ding überhaupt hält. So, center line's very important. I forgot my plumb bob at the house, so I've got my little homemade plumb bob right here. Got everything pretty well measured out. Measured the chassis so I can drop it off and on every time. And as you can see right here, I've got my robust 14 centimeter by 6 centimeter by wall strings of 5 millimeter. And I've got all my front axle, center line axle marked on the inside. So the idea here is to find out where the rear axle is going to be and how long the frame is going to be. So same thing on the front right here. I've actually had my mock-up tires on here. These are actually my burnout tires for the coupe, but these are good mock-up tires right here because it shows me center line and back spacing of 4,5. Also die Einpresstiefe ist 4,5 Zoll und da kann ich jetzt ein bisschen mitarbeiten, wo ich weiß ganz genau, was ich machen muss. Also ich steige mal kurz ein und zeige euch den Rahmen bis jetzt. So I got kind of lucky here. Actually I got very lucky because this is how I do my Z. I did my Z on the 30 Ford Coupe the exact same way. Again, marking all my positions on here and in the back. Now the only thing is I flipped this one horizontally instead of vertically because I want to try to save as much space in here as possible, and it's still stout enough to go that direction on here. And then out the back I'll go out with the frame all the way to the back because I definitely want to have a trailer hitch on this. Right here is when people say pinch the frame, this is exactly what they mean right here. I cut a little pie out of here and then took my clamp up there, pulled it in exactly where I wanted to according to these lines right here, and basically mirroring the inside of this chassis. Now, I'm not a big fan of Z-ing the front because I don't want to have all this geometry up in here. So what I'm probably going to do, if I can't get the right height that I want out of this, what I'll do is I'll channel it, and what basically channel means is I'll take this frame and it'll come up in here, and as you can see I got plenty of room up in here, so if I miss 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 inches inside this car, it's not going to be a big deal. So let me get out of here again, shut this thing up, and I'll show you the frame, what it looks like on the ground. And again, this is what's nice about a nice little feature like this. I can just go up nice and slow, start lifting it off. As you can see, I got the channel pretty well on there tight. And then from here, once I actually cleared the frame, I can hit the button and it'll go up a little bit faster. So, give this a second. Okay. And this is basically the frame. And, you can see now it's really not that difficult. Here's some of my earlier marks right here. This is actually a little bit too far together. So what I'll do is I'll check the angles right here. I'll check the angles over here. Und messe noch einmal. Und wo ist I got a compass here someplace. Da drüben. And make sure I got it. And of course, I'm tack welding right now. As you can see, everything's just got a couple of tack welds on the corner. I got all my measurements down. And the pinching actually happens right up in here, and right here. This side is actually in pretty good condition over here. This side right here is kind of crappy. So what I'll do is if I have to channel this thing, I'll cut all this crap out of here and then channel it probably maybe, I don't know, 3 or 4 inches. It's always a guessing game with the channeling. Didn't do too good in geometry class, also Geometrie in the Schule. So when I've got all my measurements right here, I mean complicated crap like measure down or up from the vehicle's spinner center line and mark the bottom of the frame rail. Subtract or add the dimensions from 3.5 inches to the difference will be, see that stuff right there that actually kind of confusing and makes you scratch your head. So anyway, I'm glad they always have pictures in here. So what I'll figure this out, and then you got this little thing called YouTube, which I'm a big fan of. And there's a lot of folks out there who actually show how to do it or how they would do it. Again, this might not be the right or the wrong way to do it, but it worked for me. And if you can see right here, here's a picture of my 1930 Model A coupe, because I was underneath that thing yesterday actually measuring, and I've got all my measurements here. So the rear, I'm actually pretty damn good at it, if I say so myself, because I've done this exact same rear setup before with this exact same axle. So I got one under my belt on that one. And the rest of the stuff is pretty simple. So anyway, I'll pan on around here, and this will be the video for Rat Rod Plymouth build number 8. So take care. It's about Sunday morning. I got here at 7 a.m. I know that's kind of strange, but I love doing this stuff. So looks like I got about 10 o'clock right now, and I'm finally got all my measurements done, so I think I'm ready to go now. Not go, but actually start welding. Take care. Bye-bye. Cheers.